Welcome back, and today we're going to be going over Battlefield 2042's update 3.2.1, the big and the small changes that you might not have noticed while playing today. Now there's a little to go over today, so we're going to go through all the changes and then we're going to have a little discussion about update 3.2 and this recent update, and just see where the game is at in terms of my opinion of it and what I think has worked and what I think hasn't quite worked. So let's get straight into the update. So let's start off with the balance tuning for this update. First of all, we have the Javelin, which can no longer lock onto the tracer dart when the dart is out of its line of sight. This was slightly broken, and I'm glad it's been fixed, but the Javelin overall recently has been so much fun to use. I actually really like this weapon, but I can't say I've had that much experience with the tracer dart, so I can't comment on the next changes, as the tracer dart now drops more the further it travels, more than it used to. Its velocity has been reduced by half, and its uptime of how long it stays on screen as a lock-on lasts 12 seconds instead of how it used to last, which was 40 seconds. This is quite a big nerf to it, but DICE have explained that they've done this to reward players who are skilled with using it, and for those who aren't or would prefer a guaranteed lock-on, albeit a slower one, they can just use SOFLAM. They want to distinguish the two, and I think this is a good way to do that, but as I said, I don't really use the tracer dart, so if you do, you'll have to leave me a comment below telling me how it performs now, whether you hate it compared to how it was before, or you think it was more balanced. Moving forward, we've got a few fixes, as the unlock descriptions for class gadgets are now fixed on your reward screen, and Falk's description has been adjusted so that it now says she can revive faster and not to full health, which is how it should be now that it's been changed. The weird bug of assault rifles firing on a delay has been fixed. I'm really happy to see this because it was quite frustrating, and occasionally pulling down on that trigger and not being able to fire for maybe half a second when you pull your gun up, leading to you losing the firefight, so that will no longer happen. The auto deploy of parachutes has now been fixed. You'll no longer go flying and hitting the ground. I personally didn't really see this one because I usually deploy parachutes myself and don't auto deploy, but for those of you who do, hopefully that'll be fixed now. The assault class proficiency no longer gives extra ammo to underbarrel grenade launchers as it did before. This is slightly broken, meaning you could rain down fire and HE rounds at targets far longer than you're supposed to, so luckily now it's just the main ammo of your assault rifle that's going to get extra ammo and not the underbarrels. DICE have fixed an issue when specialists don't take damage when they're facing down, and they fixed the issue of floating a little bit when you jump. This was really weird, and I'm not really sure what caused it, but it has been a quick fix, so it's okay. It was just very off-putting when you jump and you kind of glide a couple feet forward and then land back, but that's no longer going to happen. Another issue that's been fixed is that you could sometimes select any gadget via an Angel crate in All Out Warfare, no matter what specialist you were, which is not how the class system should work, and now that's been fixed. The turret health for Crawford has been increased by 60%, but this is only to small arms fire. If you're hitting it with grenades or rockets, the turret will still destroy basically instantly. It's only small arms fire that the health has been increased for, and I'm kind of glad to see this, giving it more prominence on the battlefield. Speaking of the Vulcan turret, it now lasts 7 seconds before overheating, and also players are no longer able to put down 4 Vulcans, which was a bug that happened before. You can only put 1 down. I don't use Crawford that often, but I didn't see this anywhere, but it's kind of funny that it was a bug, but that's been fixed now. Going on to other specialists, we have Dozer, and you can no longer use his ballistic shield while prone or parachuting, although I'm assuming you can still use it while ziplining. Now for one of the bigger changes that I myself am very happy for, and that is that the ADS time for drum mags and extended mags has been decreased. Since 3.2, drum and extended mags have been pretty awful for trying to aim in. You can see it in this clip here, but that's been reverted back thankfully, and DICE have really been quick on that turnaround. They've seen what the player base doesn't like, they've explained their reasoning of why they changed it and now why that they've changed it back, and I'm really glad to see that. I'd recommend reading the dev notes for this one because they did go over some of the alternatives they were considering with balancing drum mags and extended mags that the community put forward, and they've justified why they haven't gone with those and have just reverted the changes that they made previously. And on that note, be sure to share with DICE all of your feedback on their socials like Twitter, go find the devs, or just the main Battlefield account when they ask for feedback, and give them your thoughts in a respectful way, of course, but just give them what you're thinking, and who knows, those changes might be put into a future update. They'll never know unless you tell them. Moving on, the recoil of the MTAR-21 has been brought in line With other assault rifle weaponry, I think this has been brought down a bit, and its damage has been increased up to 40 meters from 18 to 22, so this gun has got quite a bit of a buff. The PP2000 has also had its damage increased from 22 to 28 up to 50 meters, so this will be a little bit more consistent and better at longer ranges, although its spread is still the same for this one, so you're still going to struggle a little bit, but when you do hit, it's going to do more considerable damage. And that is all the changes from today. Certainly a smaller update to 3.2, but that's why it's 3.2.1. And overall, I'm very happy with it and 3.2. The classes feel good, the new Vault guns actually feel fun to use, and I like both of them, and I'm having a lot more of a slower paced, more balanced experience with all the changes they've made. I feel like vehicles are a lot stronger now. Maybe helicopters are a little strong in some modes. I found in Rush and in Breakthrough, the attacking team has just been farming our infantry with helicopters, but that might just be a team issue on my end, to be honest, so it's not really that big of a deal and I don't see it that often. But overall, vehicles have a lot longer lives, they feel like a threat now, and I really like that. It forces assaults to now run and hide like me, or go for a gamble with C5 to try and take it out. It's really great to see all these changes in the game, and I hope this continues forward. Speaking of looking forward, Season 4 is not actually that far away now. It's only a couple of weeks out, and I for one am very excited for it. These next couple of weeks are going to be very busy for content with PSVR 2 coming out, and then Season 4 straight after that, and I personally cannot wait. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited for that as well, and what you thought of this update, and if you'd like to come and talk to me or anybody else that loves this game, head over to the description. There will be a link to the NoSalt Discord. You can come and talk to us. We're discussing everything 3.2.1 right now and everything Season 4 right now, and talking about a host of other things such as our portal modes, COD Zombies in Battlefield. That is a great one. Go check out my other video on that if you haven't already, and do consider subscribing if you haven't already and you did enjoy the video today. And thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.